Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. The guy behind the camera's name is Juanma. Juanma is behind the camera for today's show. This is the Loshak and Juanma and the Bag show for Monday. It is Monday, right? Yes, Monday, April 2nd. We have the College Basketball Championship going on tonight. We have NHL continuing regular season. I'm depressed that not depressed, but I wish it could just go on forever because I feel like I could just ride this NHL regular season basically forever with winners. Jimmy the Bag, we're both killing it in NHL.
It's been a magical year.
And MLB, of course, started today. I had two winners already. Did you notice that, Jimmy the Bag? Did you take notice of that?
I did not.
You got to listen to what I'm doing here, Jim. I gave Pittsburgh first half, Minnesota second half. Both of them cashed.
Fading Davies was the right play, man. I cashed that.
Yes, absolutely.
But
yes.
my totals were off, so it's uncomfortable. I got three more plays I'm going to add. I got an NHL play I'm going to add.
Yes, that's right. Now, why is this? What the fuck is going on here? Are you able to get the chat box going on here?
Yeah, man, I got the chat box.
All right,
Gerald Martinez in the game. Our man Bravada
from Monday night. Okay, here we go. Okay, yes. Okay, I got it.
G-Man Hags in the game. Oh, is it not G-Man Hags saying Juanma volume? Well, maybe he wants to hear from Juanma.
Juanma, are you on the microphone?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? All right.
What's my attention? There's not that much of guys commenting this time.
Oh,
there's not that many. Oh, they'll come.
They'll come.
If
you build it.
Yes. Someone will tweet out right now. Juanma is on the Loshak in the Bag show. All of a sudden, there'll be 500 people watching.
People will lose their shit.
Yeah, trust me, Juanma. All right. So, yes, Jimmy the Bag. And look, if you do first half, second half stuff at MLB, constantly day in and day out, you will get burned. You'll feel like maybe you're getting too cute. But it's also, let me think about, Jim. I know that the first half overcast in Detroit game in the bottom of the fifth, which will happen a lot. But like I said, if you're fading two starting pitchers, think about taking the first half total instead of the full game total. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just think about it. First half and second half stuff will get you burned many times in MLB. But today, I played it perfectly. You saw what happened, right? 5-zip first half. Minnesota puts up 4 in the top of the sixth. And I cashed both those. Yeah, I agreed with you on the St. Louis game. Didn't I give that one as a pick? I bet it. I didn't have those in my official picks. I totally wanted to fade Davies, and I did with my bets. What the hell happened?
I thought you did.
I thought I did too. Did I not write it down? Maybe I'll have to watch the show again. Didn't I give that one?
I thought you did. I thought we were both on it.
I thought I was on it
because,
too.
yeah, I mean, the Queen came in and gave it as well.
Did I give it and not write it down? I don't know. It wasn't on my sheet of paper when I wrote it down, so I don't know.
The Native Queen was on it.
Is it possible that I gave it? I wanted to give the team total over first 5 innings, and I wanted to give St. Louis first 5 innings, and I was thinking about St. Louis -1. I don't understand. Anyway, all right. So I guess I'm not going to have that one on my official record. But yeah, Gerald Martinez says you agreed with him, Pete. Yeah, no, I bet that one. Did I not give it as official picks? I don't know what the hell happened. But anyway, hey, Juanma, you're right. There's not that many people in here.
It's weird. I think it's just YouTube's behavior today is really weird.
Yeah, today
They didn't allow me to go to my channel, for example, or I don't know.
Yes, I was clicking on it today, and it was getting that it was the text page, right? It wasn't just me, right?
No, it wasn't just you.
It was everyone.
I was having problems also.
Yeah. No, Gerald Martinez says you agreed with him, Pete. Yes, but did I? Because you have to like when you're betting, you have to press click. You can't just sit there in front of your computer thinking, "Wow, I love that bet." You have to press click. And so for us, the click part is when we say that's an official play, and I write it down. But for some reason, I didn't write it down in the picks. Anyway, that's okay. The Rock is in the building. Scotty Rock Forever is in the. Oh, Lady A, there you go. Lady A says you were going to think about it, Pete. I did think about it. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just like with betting. If you want to make a bet, but then, your friend calls you or whatever, and you forget to do it, you can't just call the book after the fact and say, I meant to do it, right?
Right.
All right. Anyway, that's pretty frustrating because I did have a good day today. All right. So MLB, we will first, before we get into MLB, let's just quickly look at some of the, Antoine Seymour says, everyone's coming. Just chill, Pete. Yeah. Chilling is not my strong suit. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
No, you can relax. It's just this is not the right time to relax.
Right. A sports betting video with the MLB games coming up in an hour, not the optimal time to relax. Additionally, some things I'm good at in life, something I'm not good at in life. Chilling, not necessarily my strong suit. Let's see. Cologne Day, my fucking favorite day. Hako Schofield. We're going to discuss this game because it's very weird. I really not only did I forget about my Cologne handicapping when the season was over last year because I assumed he wasn't going to be back, I even forgot all my Bartolo Cologne jokes. I just deleted them from my brain because I assumed we're never going to see this guy again.
Oh, the jokes will come.
You think so? You think so? Yeah, jokes is one of my strong suits.
I'm good at chilling, if that helps.
that does help.
Juanma, in case you didn't hear it, says he's good at chilling, if that helps. Kind of, but not really. All right, so let's see. Zach Joblom says no NBA today. It's probably why there's not that many people. Really, NBA is like the sport I hate to bet the most. All right, let's see. Let's see. Other comments coming in, and then we will jump into the picks. Let's see. Gabriel Rodriguez says Doc King is here. There will be people now. Okay, everyone. The king of chat, Gabriel Rodriguez, is here. Someone tweet that out. Tweet it out immediately. The king is in chat. Is present for this show. For this show, Jimmy the Bag.
Exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff. Yeah, Jimmy the Bag. Not too enthused for that, but we'll get Jim enthused in a second. All right, let's see. What else do we have?
David Hutton saying, when are you going to start giving us some horse knowledge? Want to hear what you have to say about these Derby prep races? I tell you what, it's driving me fucking bananas not being able to focus on horses. I spent a few hours this weekend though, and I followed the big Florida Derby day. Fading Always Dreaming was a very easy move there. I watched Mendelssohn. I watched that race over in Dubai over and over and over again. So it's driving me crazy that I'm not on the tip, but I promise you, but as these Saturdays get closer to the first Saturday in May, I'm going to have a fucking ton of action ready to go.
Toronto Waves just made a funny comment. It's too disgusting for me to read out loud, but it's probably appearing in the comment section on the side. Go read Toronto Waves' comment. It is funny, just a little bit too disgusting for me to want to read out loud. All right, what else do we have here going on? We will get to the picks very soon. Very soon, we will get to the picks.
Grant just lit a blunt and tuned in.
Very nice.
That sounds wonderful.
Josh Miller says, any man who must say, I am the king, is no king. I hear you, but then what is an actual king supposed to say? Is an actual king supposed to say, no, I'm not the king, just because he knows other people who aren't the king are saying they are the king? What is the king supposed to say if anyone who says they're the king is not the king?
That's a riddle.
That's a really good question,
riddle.
right? I asked the good questions. Everyone says that. Yes, Goose says YouTube's been acting up the last 2 hours. All right, that explains it because it was acting up for me too. And I thought it was just me. All right, so let's see what else we have to say. Nas Lee says trends are changing. I wonder what he's referring to there. Nas Lee says trends are changing. And Lady A says the jokes always come. Shout out to you, Lady A, who is obviously a regular enough watcher of this show to know the jokes always come. They always do come. That's absolutely true. All right, so let's see what else do we have. Let's see. King Rail says real kings say dilly dilly. Okay, that's one answer to that question. Certainly, it's an answer. Let's move on. Okay.
Let's move on. Quick baseball question. Are we starting with baseball?
No, we are starting with college basketball. I guess we just have to touch on it very quickly. Sure. College basketball. If you gave me a free play on it, I'd take Villanova minus the points. If you handed me a free play, I definitely am not going to bet that one. I might have a second half play on this one. We'll see. If the first half is low scoring and Michigan is way down, I'll probably be looking at the second half over. Because Michigan's not going to slow it down. They're going to go all out. They're going to start raining threes, and probably the defense is going to be a little bit lax. So if you gave me a free play on it right now, I'd take Villanova. If Villanova's way up in the first half and it's relatively low scoring, I'll probably be looking at a second half over. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
I know what you're saying. I think that the Nova team total over is tempting.
That is tempting, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. I didn't even think about that. Also, if it's high scoring and very close in the first half, I'll be looking at a second half under, right?
Definitely. And I'm curious to see what Bayline has in store. I imagine, if I was coaching, it would be to slow the pace down. And
yes,
even the 7-footer on the bench is not slow. He's a skinny guy, and I would use my height advantage, thinking it's the only advantage I have.
Yeah, I could see the argument for a first half under, right? Because you got to figure that's what Michigan's going to do until and unless they get down big, right?
Jay Velarde saying, Jimmy, I have Nova plus 450. I have a hedge on Nova at plus 400 from my Kansas hedge. Says, Jimmy, I have a Nova at plus 450 from the beginning of the tourney. Should I hedge?
Wait, he has a Nova future.
A plus 450. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a pretty easy spot to do that, but I would only hedge a little bit.
Yeah.
I would just put a small money line bet on Michigan. It doesn't even need to necessarily maybe break even with it, you know, but I would say yes. I think in every situation like this, you put a small little bet so you can't lose.
Yeah, you know, usually I don't hedge, but if I feel like I've overbetted or whatever, I'll hedge it up to where, like, if it loses, I don't lose anything. You know, I do that kind of a hedge.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I would do.
Okay, we do have some opinions coming in there, though. There are some opinions coming in here. Reggie says, I'm going Nova over 145 Diamondbacks money line. Interesting. I definitely agree with that Diamondbacks play. We'll get to that in the baseball segment. I would lean Nova for sure. And at the full game, I guess I would lean full game over. Hako Schofield predicts Nova 84-72. So Hako Schofield's predicting Villanova cover and the over. Spokesman predicts a Nova 83-70 final. So it seems like most people in chat are definitely, as far as the full game is concerned, leaning Nova and the over. Jay Peach says best bet in Nova game is the first half under. I would vaguely agree with that as well. Hako Schofield likes the over.
Searcy saying, hell no, don't hedge.
Don't hedge,
And,
sure.
It's a different ways of doing things. My dad always hedges futures action. It's always just something he does when he's got a huge score possible. He always makes sure that he breaks even at least or makes a profit. It's just something I've been raised around my whole life. So
yeah.
I tend to hedge. You know, in fact, I was hedging too much a couple years ago. 2 years ago, way too much. And I got made fun of by some of the cappers I was working with because I was just overdoing the hedging. But I come from a family that likes to know they're going to win.
It's in the genes. Yeah, I mean, the thing about hedging in general, especially if you're doing it within the same game, but even the concept applies when you're doing futures is you are paying extra juice, you are paying double juice.
You are,
right?
Yeah.
The other thing, though, you can do is that a lot of times there's value on if you're doing season-long futures, there can be great value on the early. On the preseason futures odds, but also a ton of volatility when you get through the regular season. So you can a lot of times, if you want to, which I do sometimes close to the end of the season, is make a futures bet that I'm expecting to be able to hedge out later on, but not necessarily riding all the way to the end to avoid the volatility in case of like a 7-game series. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And
yeah.
Tomor is big on that as well. Tormarino
Yes.
Tomor. I make a ton of futures bets, and then this is to me with the Michigan Nova setup. If you do have I wish you got it higher than plus 450. I mean, now but it's a perfect spot because Nova is a nice favorite. And when you're dealing with hedging with the dog, it's so much easier. Yeah,
and you can definitely do that with the playoffs in the NBA and the NHL as well. If there's a team that you expect to make a deep run but not necessarily win it all, if they do make a deep run, at the time they've made a deep run, you can hedge out at a big profitable So it's
David Hutton just says right out of my mouth, the losing pisses me off more than the joy of winning, which is something with me, which is something I need to work on if I want to do this for the rest of my life, and says hedge, but do it intelligently. And I think that's an excellent
you're not going to do it for the rest of your life because once artificial intelligence takes over, all this is going to be thrown out the window. But you're saying until 2029, until the singularity.
Robots are just for fucking.
No, Jim.
Robots are just for sex.
Jim.
Sex only.
When AI takes over, all this shit we're doing totally out the window. Should be around 2030 or so.
My robot will have no time to cap because I will be fucking it. Right. I will be fucking it nonstop. Okay?
All right. So anyway, as far as the game that tips off in a few hours is concerned, most people seem to be leaning Nova and over. Ski Profits likes Nova and over. Jim Bean says Nova wins by 20 plus. Zigzag Man says took Nova first half for the hell of it. Most people are leaning Nova and over on the full game. Most people are leaning Nova on the first half, but the people who are leaning on the first half total are leaning under. Go ahead,
Nas
Jim.
Lee says Michigan going to win that bitch outright. Elio Rodriguez, Elio, we love Cabinlet says Michigan backdoor will shit on you.
And you might be right, Jimmy the Bag, that the Villanova team total over at about 75 or 76 might be a nice play. I mean, it could be, I could also see like a 72-56 type.
I can't really.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Like when I was going, I wanted to take the under. I wanted to take the under, and my concern was twofold. One, just like you said, if Nova takes a nice lead, Michigan can't play slow.
Right.
So, and then, I mean, we shouldn't let. I think that first half total might be even a little too low. Even though I like the under, it might be a little too low. And it's just because people are remembering the 29-22 Michigan Loyola score, which is just not going to happen here.
Well, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a 67 or 67 and a half. I mean, I wouldn't take that either, though.
I can't.
I might take the first 10 minutes under if you gave me like 33 or something like that. I don't think. I mean, I could see like late scoring late. Just Villanova's so good offensively. I'm not taking a friggin' under with them.
I think that the Villanova team total over is the play. And the more we're talking about it all together, I think it's time for me to make my final bet of the NCAA.
Final bet college basketball. I'll do that one with you, Jim. How about that? I'll do that.
I'd love that.
If you do it, I'll do it. If you don't do it, I'm not going to do it, though. But if you do it, fine, I'll do it. Peer pressure. We got peer pressured into it. We're liking it. Team totals, as I've said many, many times. All right, let me find the best line here. As I've said many, many times, if you're not sure about a game, a lot of times team totals can be the best way to go because even if you have a small edge on the side, a small edge on the total, the team total over edge will probably be big enough to justify a bet. Let's see. Pinnacle has 75.5 minus 118. And let's see if we can't get something better at Heritage here. I'm checking Heritage 76. All right, what do you want to do, Jim? I'll take the Pinnacle team total over 75.5 minus 118.
Yeah.
What do you want? All right, Nova team total over 75.5 minus 118, and Jim's also going to take Nova team total over 75.5 minus 118. That could lose, but I think the percentages are with us, Jimmy the Bag. I like it.
Yeah, I'm the most comfortable with that play. I like taking unders in these big games, and something that I would do a lot of. But the problem with taking the under here is if Michigan can keep it close, there could be 20 points scored in that final minute.
Yeah, anything can happen. Another thing, yes, I'm just checking. I'm checking Bet365, see if I can get. Nah, fuck it. Let's just take 75.5, and that's about it. Let's see.
Michael Lunde's with us. Says I like the team total, Jimmy. I'm on it with you too.
Yeah.
Let's get
so this way, if it goes under but Nova blows them out, we probably cash the team total anyway. If Michigan covers but it goes over, probably cash the team total anyway. And all right, I like it, Jimmy the Bag. Jimmy the Bag and I both on the team total over 75.5 minus 118. Probably if you shop around, you could go do a little bit better than that, but we're gonna hold off on that one for now. And that's it. Our final official college basketball pick. Jimmy and I both on the team total over, and that is very illustrative of how team totals could sometimes have value if you feel like you have a good feel for the side and the total, but not necessarily a strong enough opinion on either one of them to take either one of them individually. Have a look at the team total. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Just doing the team total you might be interested in.
Native Queen mentioning her husband is still number one. I don't know what that is about, but I do know that she went 4-1 on the early games.
Oh, very, very nice.
Very impressive. We need you desperately, Native Queen. We need you. Native Queen likes Villanova first half and full game.
He likes Villanova first half and the full game. Okay. I mean, I would if you gave me a free play on the side, I would definitely throw it on Villanova as opposed to Michigan. Jim Bean says Michigan will get smashed. Bank on it. All right. Very nice. Jerry the Whale loves the over. Jamael Heron says, loved your show tremendously, but you guys talk way, way too much. It kills any time we have to get to other segments. Come on, you guys are the best. Act like it. Okay. Jim,
right,
we're the best. Let's fucking act like it.
Act like
Would that kill us to act like it?
Let's go.
Thanks for the advice, Jamael Heron. Excellent advice right there. All right. Let's take it. Let's move on. Now let's move on to an MLB. No talking, no bullshit, more just picks, Jimmy the Bag. All right. Let's review the picks that Jimmy the Bag and I gave in the morning show. I gave Pitt first half money line winner. Minnesota second half winner. In the evening games, I have the White Sox second half, the White Sox run line -1 at plus 200. Boston Miami under 9, and the Boston Miami second half under 3.5. Boston run line -1 at -102, and the Cubs second half -140. Jimmy the Bag has a St. Louis money line. Oh no, that one already cashed. All right. Jimmy the Bag has Boston Miami under 9. The Baltimore money line +190. Boston run line -1.5 at +126. The Baltimore Houston game over 9.5 -102. That one makes me nervous. And the Washington Atlanta game over 9 +100. All right, we got those are the games you gave in the morning show. Let's move on to the to the rest of these games. There are a few bets that I made. Jimmy the Bag. I guess let's start with the let's start with the Texas Oakland game. How about that, Jimmy?
Let's start with it.
Bartolo Colon against Triggs. What the hell is up with Colon? I've been reading that they're not guaranteeing him a second start. He did well in spring training. I think that's a perfect example of someone who where the spring training numbers may be a little bit illusory. I'm not sure that I want to take the under here. I'm not sure I want to take Oakland. I'm definitely leaning the Texas team total under. I did bet that one, and I guess I would have to be leaning Oakland as well, even though it is a high line. What you take in this game, Jim?
I think that every time you count this fat man out, he steps up. And I don't think he's an automatic fade here, but I think he's going to allow a couple runs, 2 or 3 runs, and he's capable, obviously, of allowing a ton of runs. And the same really goes for Andrew Triggs. This Texas offense struggled against the Astros pitching staff. 11 runs in 4 games, outscored 22-11, losing 3 of 4. But they're going to have a much easier time in this series, and I can see the bats coming out. Andrew Triggs has had the Rangers number in his short career, but it's a very short career. 1 earned run in 12 2/3. Impressive. Triggs looked good in spring training, 24 1/3, 4.81, a nice whip, 1.07 and 25 Ks. Cologne's done well against Oakland in his career, but this is an old man we're talking about. I think he looked good in preseason. Right. Only 10 Ks, but 18 innings, 3 ERA, 1.17 whip. I think either of them can get touched. I'm not entirely sure. G-Man Hag says Triggs is an ace. If he was an ace, he probably would have made it to the majors before he's 28 years old. I'm going to take the full game over. And I just think, I'm not sure if Bartolo's going to get lit up, if Andrew's going to get lit up. I do think there's going to be runs. And I'm going to take the full game over.
All right, I kind of disagree with you on that one. I would actually be leaning under. I think Cologne's going to give up 3 runs in 4 innings, something like that.
That will be enough.
Yeah, I think that I'm leaning under, and I think I might give the Texas team total under, although I would much rather have had a 4 minus 130 than what I can get now at 4 plus 100. But all right, so what do you want here, Jim?
I want the full game over.
All right, Jim's going to take the over. Texas Oakland over 9 minus 121. Jim's going to take Oakland. That's the line now. It is headed up. It does appear to be headed up. Wow. Okay. Oakland over 9 minus 121. Oakland over 9 minus 121. 5 Dimes has minus 120. We don't use 5 Dimes. I'm kind of liking Triggs here. I was thinking about taking, the Texas team total under. I was thinking about taking just Oakland on the full game. Obviously, a lot of people in the comment section really like them. Really like. Let me see. Really like the Oakland play. Let's see. Twate Latte says, love it, Bag. Okay.
And Dom Ricci's right. Colon is not an automatic fade right now. And there's no reason why he should be. These older pitchers, their arms weaken as the season goes on. Now, not really Bartolo because he doesn't throw a lot of junk, but I don't think he's an automatic fade here.
No. I think in this exact spot, against this lineup, in this spot, I think he's going to, I don't think they're, obviously, unless he's throwing a shutout, I don't think they're going to have him go deep. I think he'll have a couple of surprising goose egg innings. He'll probably have an inning where he gives up 3 runs or something like that. I'm predicting 4 innings, 3 runs from Colon.
And that's all I need. I don't think, how could I be on the wrong track if I get 3 runs off?
Because I think Triggs is going to give you 6 innings, 2 runs, and then I think the late is probably going to be modest scoring. You might get it, but I think you're going to be sweating it. Here you go. Jim Bean predicts Oakland 10, Texas 2 final. Art Hayes likes Oakland on the money line. Interesting. Okay. I'm thinking about. See now I'm trying to act like the best, like we were implored to do. Let me think about what I want to do here. I'm leaning Oakland on the money line, leaning Texas team total under, and I'm just thinking about it. All right, what else do you want to give us, Jimmy the Bag?
I am doubling up on the Rockies Padres. I want the over on 4.5 innings. And I want the full game over. I do not believe in either of these pitchers moving forward. I'm not entirely sure why A.J. Preller is so high on Brian Mitchell. He's going to be making his Padre debut tonight. He made only 9 starts in his 48 Major League outings with the Yankees over parts of 4 seasons. Yes, he looked better as a starter at 3.76 ERA than as a reliever, 5.77 ERA. Turns 27 on April 19th. We looked okay at Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Looked okay, but got completely lit up all spring. 8.25 ERA, 1.65 whip. 4 spring training starts, allowed 11 runs, 4 home runs, 14 hits, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 12 Cactus League innings. Betts was a fade for me coming back from testicular cancer. I'm one of those guys who goes against the great story when I bet, and I faded him nonstop in the second half of last year to great success. 5.05 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. He made 5 Cactus League starts and looked good enough. 4.5 ERA, 1.28 WHIP over 18. But I just think that both these guys are susceptible, and I like this over here so much so that I'm doubling up.
Okay, I was thinking maybe a shot with the under, but again, my read on it's definitely not a play that I was definitely for sure liking. All right, you want the first half and the full game?
I want both. Yes.
All right, let's see the full game first half under. Let me just see where the totals are. Here we go. Where the totals are in the Colorado San Diego game. First half over. No fours, but we can give you 4.5 plus 109 at Pinnacle. How about that?
I like it.
San Diego first half over 4.5 plus 109, and then the full game. Let's see what we got here on the San Diego Colorado.
I got 3.5 with Bet365.
You did on the first half over?
Yes, I did. At minus 140.
Really? It's not showing up on SBR odds. Why the fuck isn't Bet365 showing up here on SBR odds? Jesus Christ! All right, let me see. No, I can. I mean, seriously. I mean, come on. Is SBR the best? Act like it, right? Just like us, right? You know what I'm saying? Is SBR the best line shopping service out there for free? Act like it. Let's get some Bet365 first half inning lines up there. Let's see. Where the fuck is this? All right, MLB lines. 5 innings. I better not be seeing a 3.5 here. Otherwise, heads are going to roll in the programming. No, I'm kidding around. Let me see. Where are we? Where the fuck are we? Let me see. San Diego, Colorado. No, I'm seeing 4.5 plus 100, Jim.
Okay, it switched. I got it about a half hour ago. Minus 140, a lot of juice I had to give. But I would much rather take the
nice.
The 3.5.
Definitely, I'd rather have 3.5 at minus 140 than 4.5. But Jim's going to take 4.5 plus 109, and then you want the full game over as well.
Yes.
Colorado, San Diego. Best line would be over 8 plus 101 at Pinnacle. Jim's going to take San Diego over 8 plus 101. That is the current line at Pinnacle. Interesting stuff here. I'm not exactly sure what I think about that game. I'm still rolling it around in my head. Let's move to the Dodgers-Arizona game. The Dodgers-Arizona game. I was leaning Arizona here. The Dodgers obviously won their last 2 games, but their what's that guy Turner is a big loss for them. Obviously,
big loss.
Ryu is a little bit of a wild card here. A few years ago, he was a guy that I was betting on. Last year, when he was battling through injuries, I was successfully fading him. And Taijuan Walker, again, a little bit. I mean, he's definitely going to be at least okay. The question is, how good is he going to be? Is he going to be elite, very good, or just slightly above average, or maybe just average? I think he's going to have a good start here, and I would be leaning, Arizona, maybe the Dodgers team total under. Not exactly sure. Maybe a shot with the under on this one. What are you liking here, Jim?
I don't trust this Diamondbacks offense. I certainly don't trust them against lefties. Their numbers improved last year. I don't know if you guys remember, but they were second or third worst in the league until they got J.D. Martinez, and he bumped their numbers up against lefties. I certainly wouldn't trust them here. I like Taijuan Walker better than Ryu, but I just, you're right. Dodgers haven't got a hit from third base. Justin Turner's out for 5 more weeks. Their pitchers are incredible. 1 earned run in 26 innings. Ryu, 5-9 last year, 3.77 ERA, 1.3 WHIP. He got touched all spring. 15 innings, 7.04 ERA, 1.83 WHIP. With Souza Jr. out, Jared Dyson and Chris Owings have done a nice job filling in for right field. Now Meds look good at shortstop. They do have a deep team. I think Taijuan Walker is going to be a good pitcher moving forward. 3.49 ERA last year, 1.33 WHIP. Looked great in the spring. 15 Ks and 16 2/3. I'm uncomfortable with this spot. I don't really see enough of an advantage, and I'm laying off of it at this point.
All right, I'm going to go for it. It would be a lean if I didn't give it, so I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take under 9 minus 120. I'm taking it. I hope that Ryu can be okay. I hope Taijuan Walker gives us a quality start. 6 innings, 2 runs from Taijuan Walker. Ryu, hopefully no worse than 5 innings, 3 runs, and then the bullpens hold up. I'm taking the under 9 minus 120. That's the current line at Pinnacle. That's going to be an official play for me. Let's talk about Cleveland and the Angels. Jimmy the Bag Clevenger, pretty promising guy, at least from what I'm seeing here. Ramirez, okay. I'm I'm not sure what I think about this one. Leaning Angels, maybe. Leaning under, maybe. What do you think? Leaning first half under, maybe?
I'm a Clevenger fan, but I like both these pitchers, to be honest, but I like Clevenger quite a bit more. A quick note on the last game. Nostra Tota says, Ryu in Zona, no thank you, hot garbage. I was impressed with Scotia is such a great manager, and when he decided to stretch JC Ramirez, I knew I didn't need to that was the right play if he believed in it. Angels got off to a great start, winning 3 of 4. They've lost 11 straight to the Indians. Cozart has got off to a nice start. He's pretty thankful to get the opportunity with Kinsler out of the lineup. Also, Simmons has got off to a nice start. They have a good infield. JC Ramirez has always played pretty well against the Indians. Clevenger also was drafted by the Angels, right? So he always steps it up a little more when he plays them. But back to Ramirez. This spring, threw 13 in the third, 13 Ks, 5.40 ERA, but 1.05 whip. I like those numbers, spring numbers. You can have an inflated ERA, but if your whip is really low, you're testing things out, stuff like that. Clevenger looked very good against the team that drafted him, 2-0 in his career against the Angels. He was excellent last year, 12-6, 3.11 ERA, 1.25 whip. I was very, very impressed with him. Excellent spring. This guy was just amazing this spring. 25 Ks in just 19 innings. Now, he allowed 4 home runs, but I don't mind when you allow a few of those because you're testing things out. He had a 0.84 whip. That's what I look for. I think Clevenger is going to be very good moving forward, but in saying that, I don't think, if I'm taking the Indians on the road, the Indians have not looked that good this year. I would want a dog line. And I'm not going to take the Clevenger, even though I like the Indians here, I'm not going to take him as a favorite on the road. I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. This is a little bit, I could easily see this one being a pick that looks good until like the bottom of the 5th, but I think I'm going to take the first half under 4.5 minus 117. How you feel about that, Jim?
I like it. I think that's a fine play. I
like Clevenger, right?
I like Clevenger. You're right. This is one of the that could go right down to the wire. Let's see what people have to say here. Donald Mao is on that, under 4.5 with first 5. Tomor says Clevenger was strong last year, but everyone has seen him now. I think he will regress. I like Clevenger. I think he's a gamer. Let's see. Kevin K wondering if anyone's going to jump on the Cleveland run line. And then here's right when I was Elio Rodriguez says Cleveland bargain. See, I don't know. When I look at this play, if I take the favorite on the road in this type of situation all year, I'm going to lose overall.
Yeah. It is a tough one. I'm also going to throw on the Texas-Oakland second half under. Let me just find a line for that one. Texas-Oakland second half under. I bet that one should be about 3.5 minus 120, but I'm going to make that one an official pick as well. And all right, it makes me nervous, but I'm going to throw on Cleveland Angels first half under 4.5 minus 117. Hopefully, I won't get burned doing that. It's you'll get burned a lot taking these unders on first half on first half unders at 4.5. You'll see that happen a lot, and you'll see a lot of like 5th inning runs, and you'll be like, damn, it was real close. Be very careful about that, just in my experience. All right, what else are you liking here, Jimmy the Bag?
Well, those are my plays that I'm going to stick with. I'm not going to make a play right now on Indians Angels. Although if I was forced to make a play, I think you're in the. I'm a little concerned about JC Ramirez, but he's a vet. I'm not as concerned about Clevenger. I'm sure that'll work. It makes sense to me. I got the over with the Rangers A's, and I got them doubling up on the Rockies Padres over. I think Brian Mitchell's going to get touched.
You
today.
think so, huh?
I do, and I think Chad Bettis is going to get touched as well. That's why I don't think that either side is really the spot for me.
All right, let me just, all right, so once again, I'm taking a Texas, Oakland, second half under 3.5 minus 120. That's an official pick for me. I will throw on that Cleveland Angels first half under 4.5 minus 117. It's cutting it close, but I am going to take it. And let me just check my other bets to see whether they're. Yeah, I did bet the Texas team total under, but we'll see how that works out. I did bet. There are the Angels and Cleveland unders. Let's see what
a lot
else
of guys talking on here about not trusting Rourke, fading Rourke, and I think. I like that. I'm on the over in that game. I agree with you guys. A lot of these pitchers should be faded. Should be faded early, just like we did with Zach Davies this morning. And it's important. It's key for us to find those guys who get value because Davies was a perfect example, 17 wins, and Rourke may be that perfect pitcher that we can fade, and not necessarily having to pick a side against them, just taking overs.
And it does feel like Oakland is the play here, doesn't it, Jim? At just well, it's headed up a little bit. Minus 147 would be the best line at UWager. What do you think, Jim? Should I throw on Oakland? Why would you not like them?
I don't know. I'm not sitting here now. Maybe tomorrow it'd be a totally different story, but I'm not sitting here thinking that Andrew Triggs is going to completely outpitch Bartolo Colon. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I know that Bartolo was trying harder in spring training than. I mean, he's got two families to feed.
Yeah.
But Andrew Triggs, I don't have a ton of faith in Triggs. I know people in our chat do, but I mean, I'll have wait and see. So I don't know if there's enough value there, but they certainly are. I like this baseball team moving forward, and they come off a tough series against the Angels.
Tom Marino says Oakland's biggest problem has been offense. Yeah, and I'm just not totally. I don't feel comfortable taking them at that big of a favorite line here. Let's see. And Nasli says, need help. Angels and Braves. Thank me later. I would lean both of those. I would lean Angels and Braves for sure. I'm not going to make a pick on that one, but let me see. What else do we have here, Jimmy the Bag?
We have Bravadas on Angels money line. Tomor says, I like the over in Washington, Atlanta. Bravada on Padres money line.
And also a shout out, a message for King Rail's wife. King Rail is at the Charlie's Park, about to go home in a few, but he's going to stop at the In-N-Out. Do you want something? King Rail's wife. If you want King Rail to get you something from the In-N-Out, he'll be home soon. He's at Charlie's Park. Let him know. Hit him up. Tell him what you want.
Good work.
That's true.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
King Rail wants us to give a message to his wife through this chat. All right. Okay. What else do we have, Jim?
That's it. Hawko Schofield is upset that we're not fading Cologne on Fade Cologne Day.
I know, but listen, it's a pitcher's park. I think if he throws a good game, then he's going to get another start, and that start will want to fade him. But I'm just not. I think we're going to see like a 4-inning, 3-run type start. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to come in first inning and get out of it. Maybe he'll have a couple runners, but he'll get out of it. You know, maybe second inning gives up a few runs. Third inning he gets out of it. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
I do. I don't think it's an automatic fade, man. I mean, maybe I still have that great. Vividness bias of our giant hit. We took all our poker winnings and from the IFBC and put it on Bartolo at I believe plus 130 or something like that. And it was glorious. I don't think at this time of the year he's an automatic fade.
Okay. All right. Okay. Jimmy the Bag. What else? Is that it for MLB?
Those are the 4 games that we didn't cap on the early show. I'd be happy to go over anything that we've got going on from if anybody wants to talk about any games that we did go over.
Yeah. All right. So let me review the picks that we've given. We have given officially in this show. Jim took San Diego first half over 4.5, San Diego full game over 8, and the Oakland game over 9 minus 121, and of course the Villanova team total over. I have added Texas Oakland second half under 3.5 minus 120, Arizona under 9 minus 120, and Cleveland Angels first half under 4.5 minus 117, and also the Villanova team total over. And again, for the 7 o'clock MLB games, which we discussed in the morning show, I'm on the White Sox second half, White Sox minus 1 at plus 200, Boston Miami under 9, Boston Miami second half under 3.5 minus 119, Boston run line minus 1 minus 102, and the Cubs second half, I guess that one's already off. And Jim from the morning show is on Boston Miami under 9, Baltimore money line plus 190, Boston run line minus plus 126, Baltimore Houston over 9.5, and Washington Atlanta over 9. That's all from the morning show. And plays I'm thinking about taking Arizona. That's a lean for me. Yeah, probably the Angels. That's a lean for me. And probably San Diego. That would be a lean for me as well. Strongest lean, though, would definitely be Arizona at plus 100. That's for sure. That would be a lean there. And I would also probably have a slight lean towards Atlanta as well. I think that Newcomb is showing some promise. I agree with that. I'm not necessarily looking to fade Rourke, but I definitely feel like he's a solidly mediocre starter, a guy who's fadeable in spots. I would be leaning Arizona there, but I'm going to hold off on that one. I'm not going to go crazy with picks here just in case I'm off on these. I'm already taking one borderline play with Cleveland Angels first half under 4.5 minus 117. All right. Any other questions or comments, Jim? And then we'll get on to it and move on to NHL.
Yeah, Dennis Garcia saying anyone like Baltimore. I was curious to see if I could get a better line now, and I could have.
Let's see. What's the line now on Baltimore? The line is just a little bit. Jim got it at plus 190. It's now up to plus 196 at Pinnacle and a few other places. I took Houston minus 1 in this one, Jim. But I agree with you that And I would be leaning under as well. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's certain plays I'm liking. You know, as we've said, in MLB, it's all about eyeballing the small edges, the 10 cent, the 15 cent, the 20 cent edges. Okay, Jimmy the Bag. Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, I knew that everybody was going to be against me. On the Houston-Baltimore thing, so I'm not concerned when I read this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happens when you take a plus 190 dog.
Yes.
You don't have a lot of people going, oh, that's the play, that's the play.
Yes. Jim Bean says, no, Baltimore can't hit, and they suck on the road. Houston wins large. Tom Marino says, I don't trust Tillman, and Baltimore's offense is inconsistent on the road. G-Man Hag says, Oakland is play of the week. Where is Tony Soprano? He should hit the shit out of this one, because Tony Soprano is around. He just hasn't been in the shows. Jimmy Reed loves Baltimore. Zigzag Man says, I got plus 190. Kevy K says, whole world on Astros. Jimmy will have bragging rights on this for a while. If he cashes, yes, you will. Then Jin Bean says, love Houston. Tom Reno says, Morton's been much better at home. I think he has a good showing here. I'm just assuming that Morton's going to be as great as he was at the end of last year. I'm only half joking when I say there might be some, extracurricular substances kicking around his bloodstream that might be contributing to some of this. Sure. And, I don't trust Tillman. I do trust Morton until further notice. And let's see. JP says, Jimmy, get out of the Houston bet. Bill Butlicker says, did I miss NHL? No. We are about to get to NHL. Jose Ang likes Oakland money line. DJ Big Boss says, Arizona is a good call. Pete Dodgers bats ain't hot yet. Yes, I did take the under on that one. And I would be leading towards Arizona as well. Isan Zolfagari likes the Arizona under. I'm definitely leaning Arizona for sure. What else do we have here? Kevy K, Oakland team total over 4.5. Easy money. LOL, what if all you guys saying happens? All right, let's see. Shadow, I like first 5 innings run line. Oakland, Frank Alexander likes the Houston over. There you go. You like that one. Red Sox game, Zigzag Man. We already covered that. Jim and I both took the under in that game, and I also took the second half under, but we also hedged it a little bit with a Boston run line play. I do think Boston wins, but I think it's more likely not to go under, so we'll see. Jimmy Reed says, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. King Rail says, Cologne looks like an old wrestler. Agree with that, King Rail. Let's see. And Scotty Rock Forever says, Cologne gives up 5 runs in 4 innings. Watch. Okay.
I'd be fine with that.
Let's see. Scotty Rock Forever says 5 runs. I'm predicting more like 3 runs. We'll see. We shall see. All right, Jimmy the Bag. Let's move on to NHL. Let me just...
look at this. Hako Schofield in capital say, Jimmy, don't bet against Houston tonight. Trust me, save your money. And then Dennis Garcia coming up. Correa, Altuve, Springer versus Tillman. 7 for 39. Oh, thank you, Dennis. That's the perfect thing for me to read after Hako with all capitals does that.
Yeah. Listen, this is how MLB works. This is how MLB is. Small edges that are a lot harder to eyeball than spread edges in other sports. All right. Let's see.
This is by far the most exciting bet I have on the baseball card.
Yes, definitely.
I've got a big dog, and it just makes my heart fucking pound and makes me want to watch every second of this thing.
Tom Marino says Tillman has proven he can pitch in hitters' parks. I just think home opener after winning World Series is tough to bet against. Okay. All right. Okay. G-Man Hag says Cologne will have a hard time getting in 3 innings. Mike Flaherty says Oakland wins 6-4. All right. So let's move on to NHL. In NHL, let me just bring up the spreadsheet here. In NHL, in the morning, I gave Winnipeg, Ottawa under 6, St. Louis puck line -1, and Florida -1. And Jimmy the Bag is also on the Winnipeg, Ottawa game under 6. He's also on Ottawa money line +170. He's on St. Louis puck line. That was a tail of his that I took +180. Florida puck line +182. That was not a tail of his. That's when I bet on the overnight line. And then Edmonton money line, he took +170 at the end of the show. We unexpectedly had to wrap it up quickly, so Jim didn't get a chance to explain why he liked Edmonton, but he did give it as a pick at +170, and that line has now moved about 20 cents. Is that because of a goalie change? That's got to be, right? It's now down to +150.
Yeah. You know, I was so caught up in preparing for tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna check it.
I got it right here.
Tell us why you like Edmonton there. We'll start with that one, Jim.
Okay, cool. You'll check the goalie.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Oilers are coming off a very disappointing 3-2 loss at Calgary, but it has nothing to do with the Oilers. They've lost 4 in a row. I'm fine with Cam Talbot now, but it has nothing to do. It all has to do with Ryan Suter being lost to a broken fibula. They're already playing without Jared Spurgeon. I don't know how they're going to pull this off without these 2 defensemen. All of a sudden, the Wild will be an easy out in the playoffs. Devin Dubnyk will be in goal. It's simply that Ryan Suter is the most important player on this team. This team has a guy named Eric Stahl on it, 40 goals, who could be up for the Hart Trophy, and Ryan Suter is by far the most important player on this hockey team. And you just can't. You're screwed. you're just screwed. And now, if you had Jared Spurgeon there, maybe you could put, because they do have a couple young defensemen that are nice. The Swedish kid is pretty nice young defenseman, but man, I just don't see how they can handle this. I think they're in big trouble.
It's not a goalie change. Been confirmed.
Yeah, I think it's just the right play.
Yeah,
I just think the Oilers plus 170 was the right play to make. We've done this all year long. We've capitalized on teams who have 2 of their top 4 defensemen out. This team has 2 of their top 2 defensemen out. Mm-hmm. It's an auto fade. Mm-hmm. It's an absolute auto fade, and we've done this all year to great success.
Listen to this. Listen to this. This is something where Jim really knows what the fuck he's talking about. And how does that affect totals? You like an over here, Jim? Minnesota team total over? What do you think?
I do. I like overs here for Edmonton, but right now there's just so much value on the Oilers alone that I don't want to get complicated, and I don't want to, when I know I've got a huge edge on one play, I don't want to touch anything else. But yes, I think the Oilers are going to score. I mean, that's the key to this bet, is that the Oilers will score on this Wild team without their top 2 defensemen in the lineup.
So you think that the defense will break down and Dubnyk won't be able to control the ball?
And not only that, but they're not going to be able to. The Wild aren't going to be able to deliver any outlet passes. Not any outlet passes, but they're just going to have a much tougher time. A much tougher time. When you get Brodin's going to have to be playing 30 minutes a game, and instead of taking on the second line, he's going to have to take on the top line. It's just going to be very, very difficult for the Wild moving forward, and I hate seeing it. I hate seeing a team that's really come together and being led by a guy like Eric Stahl, 9 years between 40 goals, and then they lose Ryan Suter to a broken fibula in a freak play. I hate this stuff. I hate this shit so much, but I'm going to profit off of it.
So my notes on this one are, I was thinking about Edmonton first period just because I was too scared to take them full game. Edmonton team total over and the over. What do you think about the over?
Yes, I like both. I like both. I like the team total over and the over. I just don't want to get too.
Right,
I'm
because
worried,
Talbot's no great shakes in goal, right?
Talbot's been much better,
right?
He's been much better.
I mean, you can score on him, right?
Yeah, but he's .916 save percentage in March. See, these games are still very important to Talbot because he'll lose his job. He's about to lose his job. What would you get for the over? What would you get for the Oilers team total?
Well, the Oilers team total over will be 2.5 minus 102, and I will take that one. I'll take Edmonton team total over 2.5 minus 102. Team total over 2.5 minus 102. That's the current line at Pinnacle.
I'll take that as well.
Are you sure, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, Edmonton team total over 2.5 minus 102, and then the full game over would be 5.5. Best line would be minus 115, which is pretty much a market line there.
Yeah, over 5.5 at minus 115.
How does that sound to you?
It sounds like that's the play. It sounds to me like that's the play. It's just simply that sounds like the play. So
how does it feel to you, Jim? Feels like that's the play.
Well, that's the play. You're just not getting this enormous value that you're getting on the Oilers right now. But yeah, I agree. I think that has to be the play. So I just didn't want to get like what you call cute with this play because I knew that I had an edge and an angle on the Oilers puck line. But yeah, I think they're the play, and I think that Minnesota is going to have to really rally together with losing a guy who plays 27 minutes a game. I believe he's third in the NHL in ice time. So yeah, I will take the over 5.5. And these two bets really concern me because they take away what I thought was a huge advantage I had. Now I'm just feel like I'm risking a little too much.
All right, well, don't take the over 5.5. I mean, you already took the team total over.
It makes sense.
Well, I mean,
it makes sense. I want to break 50 units, and I think there's an opportunity here.
You think it's a good enough bet, even with Dubnyk and goal, and even with Minnesota maybe a little bit?
The goaltending is a non-issue to me. It doesn't matter how good your goaltending is.
Right,
when you're stuck in your own zone, you're not making outlet passes. You have your third and fourth defenseman playing first and second D-man minutes.
So you sure you want to take the over here, Jim?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to take it. I'm just taking the Edmonton team total over.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
All right, Jim's going to take the over 5.5 minus 115. Over 5.5 minus 115. That's the market line everywhere. All right, let me think about what I want to do here. I might take it. And what about it? You think Edmonton's going to win this one going away because you can get a pretty nice alternative puck line here at plus 369. So you somewhere in the mid twos would be if I took a -1. What do you think about that, Jim?
I mean, I think they're going to win the game, and so the odds of them winning by more than a goal in hockey with empty nets and stuff like that are big. But Yeah, so I could see that play for sure. I like the 1 plus 170 line I got, and I'm just going to stick with it here.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. All right, what else do we have here, Jimmy the Bag? What else do you want to talk about?
I'm adding on the Buffalo Sabres tonight. It's just I can't pass up this opportunity with this kind of value. I like the way McElhaney's been playing. I love the way the Sabres have been playing. I love the way Eichel steps up when he plays Matthews. He wants to be known as the best young American in the league. He's not. Matthews is. Now, Eichel might be in a couple of years. Eichel's playing out of his mind, and I thought about this all afternoon, and I thought, I just can't. I'd rather lose a unit than watch the Sabres win and not get this huge score. Right.
Okay, so you want him on the full game money line, right, Jim?
Yes.
All right, that will be at the Greek and Intertops, plus 245 now, down just a teeny bit from the morning show. Jim is going to take Buffalo money line plus 245, Buffalo money line plus 245.
Oh, Jim Bean saying Eichel is sick.
Eichel is sick. Is he out or just sick?
I don't know what.
All right, Jim's going to check. And while Jim checks, I'm going to, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take Edmonton -1, Jim. I'm taking Edmonton -1. I'm taking it as a big underdog here, Jim. Jim got Edmonton on the money line plus 170. I'm going to take Edmonton -1. The money line part of that will be a plus 150, and the puck line part of that on the alternative puck line at Pinnacle will be plus 369. So that's a big underdog line there. I'm going to take Edmonton -1. I'm going to take Edmonton on the team total over 2.5 -102. And Jim right now is looking into Buffalo on the money line. You have any info on Eichel?
Nothing.
All right, go ahead. Why don't you look into it, Jim, while I discuss other NHL games that we picks that we did make. Again, we did both take the under 6 in Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Jim took a shot with Ottawa at plus 170. That line has not moved at all, but Jim thinks that Winnipeg doesn't care about this game. Ottawa will play to win, and Jim likes Ottawa on that one, and we both did take the under on that one. I agree with Jim on that one, and I did bet that one.
Eichel is sick of losing, it says here. I'm going to stick with it.
You're going to stick with it. Okay, yeah. Buffalo, money line, plus 245. All right, and I'm going to take a shot with Buffalo just on the first period. Buffalo, first period, money line, plus 200. And I also did bet the Buffalo team total over at 2.5 plus 115. What do you think about that, Jim?
Sorry, which team total over?
I bet the Buffalo team total over 2.5 at plus money.
I think it's nice that the 2.5's a plus money. I think it's when you're taking the 2.5's at minus 130, minus 135 where you get yourself in trouble. I love the way McElhaney's been playing, but this offense is playing well, and they got no pressure on them. And Reinhart is finally this number 2 overall pick that I always hoped he would be. So yeah, I mean, I get it.
All right, I'm also going to take it. Buffalo team total over 2.5 plus 118. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I mean, I bet that one, so if I didn't give it, it would be in my leans column as well. My leans category. What's so funny, Jim?
Lady A says he means great sick. Like sick. The motherfucker's sick.
Come on, Jim. Is that what he meant?
I don't know.
Oh, he meant sick.
Yeah, that's what Lady A is saying. I love Cap. Dan Kelly says the slang sick.
Yeah, the slang sick. Like if you're laying down a funky groove on a bass line, you might say, dude, that groove is sick, bro. Right?
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Are you familiar with that term, Jim?
I am familiar with sick.
All right. Jesus Christ. David is sick too. Jesus Christ. All right. You had us scrambling there for 8-10 minutes, Jim. Yeah, Jim Bean says Eichel is sick. All right. Okay, so Jim's taking Buffalo on the money line. I'm taking Buffalo first period money line plus 200 and the team total over 2.5 minus 118. While we were falsely scrambling for the false flag that was Eichel being sick, I took Edmonton -1, Jim.
I think it's an exciting play.
Yes.
There been some questions about if a play in the day in NHL, if there's a play in the day of the day in NHL. And when I look down at these plays, I would say I would say the I don't know. I would say it's definitely between the Blues puck line at plus 180 and the Panthers puck line at plus 182.
Scotty Rock Forever says, then just say dope. Saying sick is the wrong word to use in a room full of people trying to cap sports. And he's got a great point there.
He does
have a great point there.
He does have a great point.
Just friggin' say dope. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What else do you have here? We're looking for comments here. Yeah. Scotty Rock Forever. Scotty Rock Forever is on our our side. Scotty Rack Forever. Stop with the fake news, people. Just say dope. Yes, yes, yes. G-Man Hag says, Pete should know that slang if he wants to get points with the millennials. Lost points, Pete. Get hip. G-Man Hags, I do know that slang. Jim was the one who misread it, okay? I was just taking the information from Jim, G-Man Hag. Trust me, I know slang. Trust me, millennials like me, G-Man Hags. They love me.
I think Bravada is right. I think that for value and spot and everything put together, I do. I think the Blues puck line is probably my favorite.
Ron Fig says Les Claypool is sick. You know who that is, right, Jim?
No, who's Les Claypool again?
Come in last. You know Les Claypool? Come in the cat with the better feet, come in last. All right. All right. Enough of this bullshit. All right, Jimmy the Bag.
Oh,
what?
This show is dope.
Wanma says this show is dope. Thank you so much, Wanma. All right, so once again, let's get over. Let's chill out. Review all the picks once again. I'm on Winnipeg, Ottawa under 6. So is Jimmy. I'm on St. Louis -1, Florida -1. Jim is on Winnipeg, Ottawa under 6, and the Ottawa money line, and the St. Louis puck line, and the Florida puck line, and the Edmonton money line +170. Jim has added Buffalo money line +245, and Jim has added the Minnesota game over 5.5, and the Edmonton team total over 2.5, and that's it for Jim at NHL. And I have added Edmonton team total over 2.5, Edmonton -1, Buffalo first period money line, Buffalo team total over 2.5 +118, and that's it. You want to talk about the Ottawa game for anyone who's interested, Jim? Why do you like the Ottawa to win, and why did we take the under 6?
Sure. And my man Bravada is saying jump on it now for the Blues, but I got them in the morning at a great spot, so I'm good there. Yes, where are my notes on the Senators game? They are right here.
Yes, we like the under, which is what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about taking the Ottawa money line, but I did take the under, and I'm happy that you like that one as well, Jim.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. Hellebuck is just has a, it's putting together a Vezina type season. The Senators have had a terrible season. We all know that, and it's fan appreciation night. The guys are saying all the right things. The guys still care. The Jets have no chance at catching Nashville. They're stuck in that second seed there in their division, and they don't have a lot to play for. And I guess, I know they have a plan when they're going to rest Hellebuck, but they have no reason to push it, and this is a chance for the Senators to give back. I think they're going to be going as hard as they possibly can, and to get them at this huge home dog line is a nice spot. And if you did that every time with the Senators this year, when they were home dogs, you would be very successful. And the times I haven't done it enough, and I've faded them on puck lines and not being right. So I just think this is a great spot for this Ottawa Senators team that is playing against a team that has no reason to give maximum effort. They just want to come out. The Jets just want to come out with no injury.
Yeah. In the meantime, Jim, you also took St. Louis, and I was thinking that way as well. Obviously Washington's a great team. I didn't want to fade them as a dog, but then in the morning when I was analyzing the game, I was like, the market's telling you to take St. Louis here. Then we come into the show, and Jim says he's on St. Louis, so I took it, and now the line has moved about 20 cents. You took it at the puck line. It was +180. Now it's down to a +160 at Pinnacle, and the money line has moved 20 cents as well. Nice job, Jimmy the Bag. Tell me why you like St. Louis here.
Just the perfect spot. The Capitals had their most important game of the season last night, and they were very successful, and they won, and they beat their nemesis, the Penguins, and they celebrated in the dressing room, and then they have another game to play right away. Grubauer comes back from injury, looks amazing. Now they have Holtby and Golden Knight, who's not going to be their guy moving forward. .897 save percentage in March, and the Blues need this game desperately. They trail the Avs by 1 point for the second wild card spot, and the Avs have one game in hand. If they lose this game, their season is over. They're going to come out firing. Now, they have injuries on defense. We know that Gunnarsson's gone, and we know that Bouwmeester is gone, although we did agree that Bouwmeester being gone was maybe an addition by subtraction. But yes, it's just the perfect spot, the absolute perfect spot after a team celebrating their division crown and having to play 24 hours later.
You hear less, see more. Our hater, you hear less, see more. He says, I think you guys look like Dumb and Dumber. I take that as a compliment. Yeah. Our NHL record overall looks like Smart and Smarter. Asshole. 34 units, 41 units. Unfreaking believable. MLB, wait a couple months and we'll see who's smart and smarter there, who's dumb and dumber there. You hear less, see more. check out our NHL record next time that we show it in the morning show. You'll see it's smart and smarter. Jerk off. You Hear Less, See More is back. You Hear Less, See More. He certainly, for a guy who hates us, he certainly likes to watch the shows and comment, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We do look like Dumb and Dumber, though. I take that as a compliment. All right, what else do you like, Jimmy the Bag? What else do you want to talk about here?
I just think that there's a ton of value in tonight's NHL card. A ton of huge spots. You got the Oilers at plus 170, Senators plus 170, Blues at plus 180, Panthers at plus 180. I was in the absolute perfect spot until I added on those team total overs, but they went with my breakdown of the hockey game, and I just, I have to go with it. So I think we're in a great spot. Adding the Sabres plus 245. I mean, these are just huge spots.
Okay, Hako Schofield says, let's review picks. We will do that. But first, we're going to read a comment from Rez Mob. 2 things you have to do every weekday. Wake up and watch Loshak in the Bag. Rez Mob, thank you so much. Love it, love it, love it. Zigzag Man says, fuck that guy. Yeah, it's funny. He's talking about You Hear Less, See More. Certainly does like the show. Certainly does like the show for a guy who hates the show. He certainly likes it a lot. Certainly watches it a lot. And we also have information. Steve Steves says, Nova game just got bet up to 146. Take the over, fellas. Don't sleep on this game. Rovada says 76-71 Michigan. Wow. That's the first person I've seen seriously suggest that Michigan might win. Should we write that down, give him a genius award if Michigan wins? All right, here we go. Brovada predicts a score, 76-71 Michigan. Duly noted. That would also not be good because it would mean that our team total over would lose. But it's entirely possible that Michigan could win this game outright, and we still cash our team total over, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, and the only way I really see that happening, and this is with Villanova up 12 or something at the half, and Michigan having to completely change their style in the second half, and we know they have the coach that can do that.
Okay, so let's review all the picks. First NHL and then NBA. Not going to review the 7 o'clock ones because they've already started. Winnipeg, Ottawa. We're both on the under, and Jim is on the Ottawa money line. Carolina, Florida. We're both on Florida. I'm on -1. Jim's on the puck line. Washington, St. Louis. We're both on St. Louis. I'm on -1. Jim's on the puck line. Edmonton, Minnesota. We're both liking Edmonton and the over. We're both on it in all sorts of ways. Colorado, LA. We'll talk about that. We didn't get to talk about that very much. MLB. Let's skip the 7 o'clock games, but Washington, Atlanta. Jim likes the over on that one, which is interesting, and I would have a slight lean to Atlanta. Dodgers, Arizona. I took the under 9 -120, and I have a modest lean to Arizona. I did bet that one. Texas, Oakland. Bartola, Cologne Day. I'm on the second half under 3.5 -120. And Jim, did you bet that game? What did you take? I can't even remember.
Oakland, yeah, I took
Jim
the
took
over.
the over at 9 -121. Neither one of us touching a side. Cleveland Angels. Jim and I both liking Clevenger. But I would have a slight lean to the Angels as a dog, and I did take the first half under at 4.5 -117. Colorado, San Diego, that's going to be a pass for me. Jim likes overs. First half over 4.5, and the full game over 8 plus 101. And once again, Jim and I did both take the Nova team total over 75.5 -118. That's the line at Pinnacle. And then let's quickly talk about Colorado, LA. I believe that line has gotten bet up about 10 cents or so. Why would LA not be another good play here on the puck line as a big favorite?
I just think this Avalanche team is showing a ton of heart. A ton of heart. And I like the Ducks better than the Kings, and we saw what the Colorado did last night.
Yeah.
They're a young squad, so the back-to-backs won't hurt them so much. I look at this sweet comment from the best capper.
Okay, here, let's find it. Let's find it. Oh, shit, Native Queen.
Sweetheart.
This show has improved my capping 1,000%. Holy shit.
She improves our show
shit.
1,000% being
Oh my
part
God.
of it.
There you go. There you go. That's like friggin' Einstein saying, you really helped me out with physics on this show. Wow. Very nice. Native Queen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
And then Isan Solvagari saying, Native Queen, you've helped us. Respect.
Of
And then
course.
Jim Bean says, I just bet $50,000 on Oakland. I can't believe what I just did. I'm shaking.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man.
Okay. Very
Native
nice.
Queen said, I'm very happy to be part of the family, and you certainly are.
Yes,
You're
yes.
certainly a very, very important part of our family here.
All right, so Jim, what do we think about? I was actually thinking maybe I'm kind of with you there. I was thinking maybe a shot with Colorado on the first period line, which would be about plus 153, 155 at Intertops. What do you think?
What I think is that, remember when the Kings had the home and home with Vegas, and I was like, they're a team full of veterans, and you don't want to go up against them in the playoffs. You don't want to go up against them when it means so much to them. That's why I can't take the Avalanche. But I don't trust the Kings, and the Avalanche have shown so much heart here.
Yeah.
And now they're on the second half of a back-to-back. I don't really like Bernier going forward, but he's looked okay this year. I just think that the Kings have an ability to show their how big and tough and their veteran leadership and their great goalie. #1 goals against in the league, #1 shorthanded in the league. And so I'm definitely this Avalanche team, as soon as you question their heart and what they can do, they step up. And I just think it's a very tough spot. If I was forced to make a bet here, I would take the Kings, and I would take the Kings on the puck line if I had to make a bet.
Isan Zolfagaris likes Native Queen first half and Native Queen full game. Very nice, Isan Zolfagari. All right, I guess that's about it. Should we wrap this shit up, Jim? I'm gonna pass on that Kings game. I didn't like it on the puck line, and I was thinking maybe about taking a shot with Colorado on the first period line. I don't really like Bernier, though. You're right.
I don't like Bernier, and also that game took a lot out of it. That Ducks team is a tough team to play, and it's just too exciting. Goose has joined us.
Justin, seriously, Goose, what's the play? Goose says Nova will crush tonight. Okay. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Jim Bean says Nova can shoot 30% and win by double digits, i.e. Texas Tech. Wow. Okay. Yes. Dig Dogtown says, I'm going with Rourke in Washington -119 and Clevenger in Cleveland at 114. Must go. You guys are always something I wait for each day on the weekends. I Jones for my Loshak in the bag.
Thank you, Dogtown.
Oh, God.
Respect,
Thank you,
man.
Dogtown. Goose got Nova at -6.5. Very nice job. Very nice job, Goose. I guess that's it. Should we wrap this shit up?
Yeah,
Jim?
so 35 games on the docket tomorrow. I'm so scared.
Well, I mean, you want to split it up? I'm going to be able to cap all of them. I'm going to be able to get to all of them. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to get to all of them.
I will get to all of them by the afternoon show.
I'll probably be if there's anything I'm gonna skimp on, it's going to be NBA for sure.
Okay,
I'll have MLB and NHL totally done.
Yeah, I mean, even up at 3:45 a.m., it's going to be very tight.
You
but
see?
I'm going to do the best I can.
3:45 a.m. 3:45 a.m.
I'm going home, and I might not even watch this fucking NCAA game. I need if I'm up at 9:30, I'm fucked tomorrow.
Yes, I hear you. All right, well, don't worry. Michael L. Ferris likes the Red Sox game under 9. We're on it. We're on it, Jim.
Beautiful.
We're already on it. Beautiful.
All in saying, you guys on the Sabres? Yes, I am.
All right, that's it. We've recapped all the picks a few times. We'll be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, and we will know the final score of the Villanova game. Bravada, if Michigan wins outright, Bravada will get a Genius Award. Absolutely. We'll see you at 12 o'clock tomorrow.